Hello everyone and welcome to this week's live stream. Hope you're all keeping well. Computer says there's 4 people around already, so very good. I hope you're all keeping well, and welcome to the live stream. I hope you've all been doing well. So we'll give it a few minutes for people to wander in and stuff before we start chatting about random stuff. If people just want to give me a thumbs up to make sure my sound is okay, because I have been quite recently, just to make sure that it's okay. Gary Hall. Hello, Gary. How are you? If any of you don't know who Gary is the owner, curator / main person in the Operation Banner Veterans Museum that is in Armagh. Hopefully we will be going up there in a few weeks' time to do a video on it. Would possibly be after I get back from England now at this stage. But we will definitely be going up for a video on that fantastic museum. Nick, good evening, gents. Hello, Nick. How are you? How are you keeping? I was chatting to Stan today. I know he'll be around as well. So we have a couple of things we want to talk about today. The main thing, actually, I suppose, is the news that Worldwide Arms in the UK is no longer going to trade, and looking forward to it, mate. Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic video. Hopefully it'll be very good. But yeah, they're no longer, they're retiring or going out of business or something. So I don't know how people are going to feel about that, because I do know that there's another supplier in England that does DX and stuff, but an awful lot of people seem to have difficulties with them, and Worldwide Arms seems to be the better place to go. So it's just a sad state of affairs, really. Obviously, stuff happening in Eastern Europe that we'll try to stay away from. Hopefully we won't get tied up in politics. I don't believe we should get tied up in politics. Actually, Gary, now that we know that you're here, we're going to do something. No, you are now a moderator. So yeah, so that's the crack. Yeah, it's I don't know what to make it. People don't seem to have much information why they're gone out of business or going out of business. I just wonder, is it because of the situation that's happening, or is it because of Brexit, or what is their reason that they seem to be closing up? The Unpleasantest Audi. There is a new power in the channel. There is a new power on the channel. Yes, Gary has. I've just made Gary a moderator, so he is now has the power to kill Kenny. As a lot of you do already, and quite frequently try and shoot Kenny from Blue on Blues, but I don't know if Kenny will be in yet later. So yeah, I've never ordered off of that specific company, because in Ireland the regulations are very, very strict, and I just didn't want to go through the bother of trying to get them in. I let normally most of my DX or my replicas, shall we say, or my props, are airsoft, or they've been put together for me by friends and stuff like that, because they're easier to get than they're easier to get than the DX. I know I do have DX. I have a brain gun that is probably the piece de resistance in my Pew Pew collection. And then an awful lot of people actually comment on my Denix SLR that I redid the stock on. Khabib, hello, how are you? Gary, cheers, John. Will avoid killing Kenny. No, you can kill Kenny if you want. Just make sure you don't fully kill him. Just put him into limbo every now and again. So that is the situation, unfortunately, with Worldwide Arms. The videos that are coming up in the future, an awful lot of people. I have done the 68, which is here behind me. I don't actually have a 60 in the DPM jacket, but an awful lot of people have been asking would I do a comparison with the 84 pattern. So I probably will be. I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but I definitely will be doing one. Sorry, I just forgot to send out the live request to some people. So you can be sending in questions there, and I will get back to you shortly. The joys of multimedia. I'm trying to think who else do I need to. Who else is around that I haven't sent it to? Suppose I better send it to Stan. He's probably asleep, or he's drinking DDRT, or God only knows what he could be up to. Yeah, emails have got over there now. Sorry, I've totally gone through. Yeah, so people have been asking me, would I do the 84 pattern smock? So I will show the differences of it. I do have an 84 pattern. I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but I will do one. Comparing the 68 and 84 pattern will involve bad language. Yes, the 84 pattern jackets were not liked. Even the 95 to a certain degree, the Soldier 95 stuff, an awful lot it wasn't liked neither. But the 84 did have a very, very bad name in relation to these pockets. Now these are stitched on this type of one. On the 68 pattern, on the 84 pattern, they were known as bellows pockets. They were also known as teabag pockets because they would literally just, the corners would just rip and stuff would fall out of them. Steel Helmet Stan, hello Stan, how are you? Welcome to the party. Myself and Stan have been chatting already today. He's at home chilling out. Hello from Poland. Hello Jim, how are you? Are you digging trenches and stuff over there at the minute? Getting things ready. Which Spice Girl is your favourite? I don't know, is that a serious question? Dave Taylor. I know who you are, I think. Dave Taylor, do I? Living History UK. Hello, Steve. I suppose we'll give this now that Steve has popped in and we've give Gary a shout out already. Steve is from Living History UK. It's already there, Living History UK. The festival is on in Cheltenham Open Air Museum on the 9th and 10th of April. I will be there. So if you're local or if you're around the area, pop in and say hello. It's going to be a great event. The lads also at Living History UK are a society who try to preserve history. They have a Patreon where they have podcast, which I have been kindly asked to do a podcast on. They have a shop that you can buy reproductions and stuff like that. So give them a check out. They're a non-profit organisation. All the money they make goes back into Living History UK. Jim Timber legend, DDR Brew. I've bought a tank and water tank. Still have a stand. Kettle is on. Yeah, it's getting a bit dodgy your area, neck of the woods, Jim. I hope everything will be okay. Hopefully, guys, this whole thing in Eastern Europe will come to an end soon. I don't know what way it is there, but price of petrol here at the moment for premium petrol is over €2 a litre, which I never thought I would see. It's absolutely phenomenal, the price of petrol. and diesel and fuel. So the cost of living can't keep going up, but something has to give. I am in helmet number 51 coming soon. Yes, Stan. You were saying earlier on today. I'm not gonna. Myself and Stan, along with Jim, Andrew, if he comes in, Steve from Living History UK, Pete Neal from Living History UK, Jack Brown from Living History UK, Simon Moore if he's around. We normally keep in contact, and we'll be chatting away once a week or every couple of days or whatever. I know what helmet Stan has after getting, and I'm not going to ruin it for him because I'm sure he'll probably do a video on it. But so he's broke his 51. We'll see about getting him to 55, and then we'll see what happens after that. Like collecting is fantastic. It is a fantastic hobby. It is a brilliant hobby, but it takes up a lot of room. Everyone knows that it takes up a lot of room. So hopefully Stan's video will be coming out soon. I do have videos coming up this weekend. I have one on Saturday, and I have one on Sunday. After this live stream. So let's see what's going on. Collecting takes up my attic. How big of an attic have you is the question. What happens after that? I'll be getting thrown out. Well, like, I mean, you'll have a very good helmet collection. I mean, if you could put all the helmets together, and I'm sure you could make a roof that you could live under. I suppose the question that I wanted to ask tonight with the collectors is, what is their must piece in their collection? If, God forbid, something happened or whatever, you're told to grab one item out of your collection and get out, what would it be? World War II, Living History UK is it only World War II reproductions you produce? I'm looking for 70s and 80s rations. At the moment it's only World War II stuff, but they do have a friend that would possibly be able to get you 70s, 80s rations, original rations. I'm not sure if Steve is going to be reproducing post World War II ones, but I do know he has contacts that he can get them. He can get them. Sorry, just digging into a plastic bag here to get a drink because my throat is very, very dry at the moment. One item would be my 1913 dated deactivated SMLE rifle. Okay. That's a good thing to be taken. Mine would possibly be my. What would I take? Would have to be my family's prayer book, I suppose, or Bible. After that, then would probably be the brain. I'd grab the brain, drag the box out the door, and then die in the flames going back for more stuff. Yeah. An awful lot of people actually have been commenting on the Australian uniform that I did. It's a very modern uniform, but an awful lot of people like it. It seems to be getting an awful lot of attention. I have a very large attic. My favorite uniform is one that belonged to a Royal Marine pilot in the Falklands. He retired as a colonel, and I have his number 1 blues and Levitts. Very cool. Oh shit, I forgot my great grandfather's medals. Whoops. Go back for them, Stan. Go back for them. Go back through the flames and get them. But yeah. So that would definitely be my must grab. Cheers, John. Did you get your? I didn't. I I was betting, what I suppose you might as well call it bidding on eBay for one of these. One second, now I'll just show you. So I have this. These are RUC night watch helmets. So this is the bowler type, which is rare in itself. This is your standard Bobby type one. But there is a third, and the reason you can tell the third is it's got a seam. It's got basically this type of seam that runs all the way up the center and down the back. And that's the one that I'm missing from the set of the three. I have two, yeah. So that is the third one that I'm missing. One came up on eBay. Gary kindly sent me a link and said, "Here, this is the one you're missing. Give it a punt." So I did. I put in my max bid of £80 at the time. Yeah, £80. I would have gone to £100, and that was my max. I wasn't going to go any more. The helmet sold, I believe, for over £200. So yeah, so I just no, too rich for me. When I seen it going to that price, I would have spent about £100 on it, but when I went over that, I was like, no, thank you, too much, too expensive. Where have we gone? More to the point, which item would you burn to save the rest? Oh, that's a good one. I have to think about that one. Those helmets are super cool. Yeah, they are. They're very. I won't say they're rare. You do see them pop up from time to time. The bowler type is the rarer of the two. The seam one then is the rarer of the Bobby style helmets. But you do come across them. Kenny's in. Hello, Kenny. How are you? Hey up, Kenny. Hey, Kenny. I promise to protect you, bro. Gary was made a moderator tonight as well, guys. Just so if you don't know, tin of cheese. Ooh, a tin of cheese, processed. Yeah, so they would be the items that. Yeah, so in relation to Gary's question, I did not get the helmet that I was bidding on. So there we go. I did see some actually. I was flaking around on eBay there the other day actually, and I was looking at disbanded British regiments and stuff like that. And I came across an interesting one that I've never heard of. The Gibraltar Regiment. The regiment, it's a TA regiment or a territorial regiment or a reserve regiment. I don't know which way it is, but from Gibraltar. I also came across the Hong Kong Regiment. So yeah, so little interesting tidbits like that, or regiments that are disbanded and things like that. I have a lot of interest in. I suppose I do have. What have I on parade at the minute? Because I'm putting it together for the anniversary. Because people have asked me to do it. Is paras. So yeah, so there's my paras beret. This is actually the blacked out cap badge. Now I normally don't like wearing other regiments' cap badges, but for what it is, it'll be fine. The short brim or the small crown beret were starting to creep in. You do see the few of them around the place, but in general, it's the bigger ones. Now I do have a bigger one that is up there in a box in storage, so I probably will. I probably will dig it out for the actual video, but initially, now at the moment, just when I'm prepping the thing and changing bits and pieces on it, he's got the small crown one on it. My MRT1, sorry I'm late, greetings Sweden. No, you're more than welcome. What part of Sweden actually are you in? My MRT, if you don't mind me asking. Yeah, I thought it would go for silly money. Yeah, it went for silly money. It went for ridiculous money. It went for over 200 sterling, which was crazy. Sometimes the deals you lose are for a reason. I've often found better just a few days later, and I was glad to to have lost. Paras are awesome. Depends who you ask whether the paras are awesome or not. But they'd be a very, very tough regiment, alright, I suppose the paras would be. I'm actually more fond of the Royal Marine Commandos, to tell you the truth, than the paras. But that's just me. Hello, mate. Stan is there. I don't know if anybody can hear me. I'm killed with hay fever today, so don't worry. I don't have COVID. Not that I could pass it on over the camera anyway, but I don't have COVID. Everything is fine. If you hear me sniffling every now and again, so I'm destroyed with hay fever. I'm cutting hedges and stuff like that. So it's killing me today. I live about an hour outside Stockholm, a place called Vastras. When I was in Sweden, I was in Stocksjögården, was where I stayed. And then we went to Skansen, which is like your folk park, I suppose, with a zoo / folk park. So yeah, Skansen is very cool. It's outside Stockholm, but when I stayed in Stockholm, I was staying in a place called Stocksjögården. I like Sweden actually. Sweden's nice. I'd go back to Sweden again. I suppose you have to ask. I suppose you have to ask the parachutists. Oh, but paras? No, I'm more Royal Marine Commando. You've just got the Irish flu. Only cures Guinness. Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's just one of those things. I mean, it's man flu. We all know how man flu is more fatal than COVID. So yeah, I'm worried that I do end up with man flu, but I don't think I will. Man flu has taken some brave men out of it in its time. But yeah. So another thing is, I was looking. I was looking at my shed because I'm going to paint that shed while I'm waiting on the Brody helmet while I'm waiting on the insert to bloody arrive. So the helmets or the three colours of green that I have we have forest green, right? We have field grue, which is green as well, and we have DDR green. Now, is it just me, or do all of them friggin' greens look the same? I'm trying to figure out what's the best colour to suit that helmet to make it World War One. And I hope Military Collectibles would have been in tonight, because he would have had a better idea. But yeah, it's not helping really much. Where we go? I trained in the RMR. Love everything Royal Marines. Oh, okay, cool, very good, Jim. I didn't know that now. It's funny, man flu doesn't exist in Australia. Exactly, because you've temperatures there that kills off the bug that kills the males of the population here in Northern Europe. I think a hard night of drinking gave me a respiratory infection, so I can't say I agree. I just got my PRC radio from Italy. It took a month to get here, but it was worth it. Oh yeah, fantastic! I think I showed you my PRC 77. But fantastic, yeah. I know you collect radios and stuff. That's a fantastic radio to get. Kenny, no. Man flu can be cured by a night out on the piss. I don't know. I don't know about this one now. Does look like real military colours. I've bought a few of them. Great paints for restoration project. They're fantastic paints, but they all look the bloody same. Green is green. The colour that I can find, apparently, I've never heard of it before, but it's mud brown green. I've never heard of it, but British mud brown green. So, mud brown green is a contradiction term, so how the hell am I supposed to find that colour? But we'll get there. We'll figure it out. As in the brand of paint. Yeah, it seems fine. I've used it a few times on restoration projects. Um, they are very good, actually, to tell you the truth. I do like them. They're the easiest ones to get here in Ireland. But yeah, there's two. If I remember, Stan, didn't you do like a Normandy colour camouflage on one of your, was it your M35 or your M40 helmet? I can't remember. Mud brown green sounds like stripy paint. Exactly. Yeah, but that's what it is. It's classified as mud brown green. Now I do have a book. Um, you see the problem with looking at books for to try and match a color for something that is over 100 years old at this stage is the you're looking at pictures of relics as it is. So you're not getting a picture of something that is um, non-issue, or it hasn't been issued, if you get me. But yeah, it's tough to try and get the colors, especially World War Two or World War One stuff. World War Two stuff is not too bad because you do have colorized pictures, but in World War One, you rarely see colorized pictures. The human eye can differentiate green for the steel helmets of sorry, it's gone wrong. The human eye can differentiate between the shades of green than any other color. Oh, didn't know that. No. What makes a nice slender green for steel helmets of a region fighting outside at the moment? What? They make a nice salamander green for the steel helmets of a region fighting outside. Oh, I understand now what you're talking about. The Russian helmets. I understand what you're talking about now. Yes, I did. The paints were not cheap as they charged me loads of postage as the aerofoil is a dangerous substance in the post. Oh, okay. Here they just put that. I'm lucky enough that there's actually a paint shop, a car paint shop, um, nearby, and he actually stocks them, so that's not too bad, I suppose. Uh, what's black and white and red all over? Times crossword. Or a dead cat on a crossing. Oh God, it's paramedic humor. That's another thing actually. So those types of jobs, like the soldiers, paramedics, policemen, stuff like that. The sense of humor is very, very dark and very, very warped compared to regular society. Um, so that's my restoration project of my Brody helmet. So that's going to be coming up. Um, I probably will because it's so badly pop marked and stuff like that. After I send it, I probably will need to put some body filler or panel filler on it and smooth it off and resend it to. I don't want to have it perfect, but I don't want to have pop marks on it neither. Um, so hopefully we'll get that done. Don't buy any boxers from Ukraine because Chernobyl fellow. Oh lads, what's the story with the bad jokes tonight? Like, yeah, was it? I suppose we could talk briefly about it, but I don't want to get involved in it. I don't want to get involved in it too much, but it's a crazy, crazy, crazy situation over there. I suppose Jim now and where he is in Poland, um, they're getting an awful lot of refugees and stuff, I believe, compared to the rest of Europe. But I did finish. Oh, getting back to military stuff. Squirrel moment. I did finish reading some of this. Andy, who's there, if he's there, I don't know if he's in tonight. He sent it to me as a present, and quite an interesting book actually. The Pocket Manual of the Commandos. Italian grey green is an impossible color. If anyone discovers it, will instantly be replaced with another even stranger. The Italians, which is I find is crazy, is they only standardized their uniform up until 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think. Um, whereas each the Marines, the Italian Marines would have one different type of camouflage. The infantry regiment in southern Italy had a different uniform. They all had different uniforms, which was crazy. Poland at last has opened its doors to Ukrainians. Okay. Um, I think Ireland is taking it 20,000 or something like that. They're looking to take it. Sorry, I was going to turn sideways because my leg has gone dead from sitting straight on. Because I don't have much room to stretch my legs out between where the monitor is or where the camera is and my little shelf unit. So actually, we're not wearing any drinking cap tonight. We'll have to get a drinking cap out if I can find one handy. There we go. There's one in honor of Stan. No. Jacko. Right, Jacko. Jim and Stan now probably know what I mean by that statement. All right, Jacko. But yeah. Jesus, half an hour already, lads. I'm only going to stay until about 9 o'clock tonight. As I said, because it is Friday, and lads, I presume, have stuff to do with the weekend. Go get plumossed, absolutely blitter drunk, drink lots of DDRT. Platoon. No, this isn't Platoon. This is from East Timor, actually, or not, believe it or not. It's the Australian camouflage that you would see the prior to this one. Better get me a schooner and a bourbon and cake. Wash it down with you. Alright, Jacko. Alright, Jacko. Kevin and Perry. Yeah, Kevin and Perry. Well, actually, I was at work the other day, right? But believe it or not, lads, I actually do have a proper job. But I was at work the other day. Myself and two of the guys who would be the same as me. One guy actually collects a lot of classic Formula One memorabilia and things like that. And the other guy is a massive petrol head, but petrol head in relation to old tractors and farm machinery and things like that. And we were just talking, and we're all of the same vintage, shall we say. But we were just saying about like how things have changed. Like we were talking about Benny Hill and learning Hardy, and Carry On, the Carry Ons. It Ain't Half Hot Here, Mum. Just all those classic shows, and we were just going, how much mentalness if they were on TV at the moment, how much the Liberals would go mental over them. Like, It Ain't Half Hot Here, Mum. We were saying, like, it was crazy. Like, Windsor Davis, the only thing that Windsor Davis was famous for was in Carry Ons for initially, and she openly admitted it herself, was because she was good looking and had a big chest. That was now, I'm not being bad. I don't mean if there's ladies watching or anything like that. I'm not being bad or anything. But that was the whole idea of Windsor Davis in the Carry Ons. That's what she was. She was eye candy. And when you look at Benny Hill sketches, like all he was doing was chasing women with that theme song around fields and campsites and stuff. Like, it was crazy stuff. Rising Damp. Well written, well acted, funny as hell. Rising Damp, yeah. Then you had, what were the ones in college? The Young Ones. Was it The Young Ones? Another one that would probably get you in trouble for now at the moment if you had it on the telly. But yeah, bit of crack anyway. So yeah, Windsor Davis, move yourself, shut up. Exactly, yeah. The reason we brought up the conversation actually was I was talking. I found it on a website. I'm not going to mention the website because it's probably you're not probably supposed to do it, but it's like one of these streaming websites that you can watch movies and stuff like that. But I found Carry On England, and it was I was in stitches watching it because it was literally it was very out there for the time it was in. Like it was the 70s, I suppose. Um, I'm not gonna ruin it for people, but if you can come across Carry On England, find it and watch it. It is very funny. Bottom was very funny as well. Yeah. Are you being served? Had some sketchy old stuff. No, not the P Hub one that you're talking about. But yeah, but that's the thing is like, excuse me, people had a sense of humor. Like famous line that's taken off of that series now is don't mention the war. The Germans, like you can't like they can't play that episode now anymore because of some lines in that episode, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, excuse me, guys, my throat just got awful dry there. But even so, like to this day, Father Ted, some of Father Ted's excuse me, some of Father Ted's sketches and stuff are still to this day people are giving out about him. But I mean, it's Father Ted. The Irish are known for taking the piss out of themselves and ourselves, and we accept it and we know it's fun. It's actually, believe it or not, it's other cultures getting upset with it, which makes no sense to me because it's Irish people that wrote it about Irish people, and we think it's fucking hilarious. So you know, Carry On Screaming is the best. 1966. Peter Rogers produced these films, and his first wife worked with him at Pinewood Studios. Yes, you did. You invaded Poland. Fawlty Towers' funny walk is not shown anymore. Yeah, like Peter Rogers spelling. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you don't, if that type of stuff is going to upset you, don't watch it. It's quite simple. Like I don't expect everybody to watch my channel. If you don't want to watch my channel, fine, bugger off. I don't care. You don't have to put bad comments up, or you don't have to be snotty. No, in fairness, I'm lucky. We don't really get many bad comments. But you don't have to be snotty about it. You don't have to be rude about it. Like if it's not for you, or if it's not what you want, or it's not what you're interested in, go away. Like if you're watching Father Ted and you're getting insulted by Father Ted, sorry, but who cares? I don't know. That's just my way of looking at it. Maybe I'm not exactly PC, but Father Ted is pure genius. Yes, it is pure genius. Unfortunately, he passed away way before his time. I'd love to have seen what would have happened if he'd actually had a chance to write more of the. I think there's only 3 or 4 series of Father Ted, which is crazy actually. Another crazy thing about Father Ted is he wrote that, went to RTE, which was like the Irish broadcasters, about getting it produced, and they went, no, we're not interested. So he went to the BBC. I think it was in the north or was it in Scotland? He went to the BBC anyway. BBC said, yeah, brilliant stuff. They started making it and producing it. And then the RTE went, oh, sorry, when it started being aired, it started being shown. And they went, we'll have some of that. So I think it cost them 3 times what they were initially being offered when they wanted to make it in the first place. The Milk Float episode, yeah. Or I Shot JR, Pat Kenny. Political correctness is hilarious these days, it is. Rifleman Moore, would you like another series? Oh, go on, go on, go on. Yeah, I would love another series actually of Father Ted. Um, I don't know if it'll ever come back around. There's no genius, there's no comedy genius there to write it. When you think about people that Father Ted was their starting out on, like Tommy Tiernan. Tommy Tiernan started on, who was a famous comedian in Ireland. He started on Father Ted. Um, oh God, what's your man's name that has the talk show in England? He's from Cork. Um, well, anyway, he started out on Father Ted. Oh God, what's his name? I can picture his face. I just can't think of his name. Um, you're a racist, no, John. You're a racist, father. uh, I didn't realize. Yeah, it was off. Graham Norton. Graham Norton. That's it. It was. It was off. He approached RTE first, to see that they want to make it, and they said no. So he went to the BBC. Was it BBC or Channel 4? He went to one or the other anyway, and they made one series of it. And RTE looked to say, yeah, we'll actually, we're looking for this. And they had to pay for the rights off of the BBC or Channel 4 so that they could play it on Irish TV. And it cost them twice what the initial budget of what they were looked for in the first place. I watched a great series the other day called The Cruise, set in the 90s or the 80s. Sorry, no, I don't remember that one though. Other famous things: The Field, Irish, famous Irish movies. My Left Foot, famous one, very good one. TV series is comedy ones anyway. Would have been Father Ted would have been probably the best. There was another one named like Pat Short. Pat Short actually was he actually made his debut in Father Ted as well. Um, he had a TV series called Kill the Scully, which was very funny as well. It was like a old country Irish village, and carry on that used to get up into the Irish village. But films and movie making in Ireland is huge business because Vikings was made in Ireland. The Hobbit, certain parts of the Hobbit were made in Ireland. Asterix and Obelix was made about 20 minutes up the road from me. The Wind That Shakes the Barley, there was certain parts of that filmed around here. Michael Collins, My Left Foot, The Field, 71, which most of you probably, I don't know if some of you have seen that. It's about the Troubles as well. That was filmed in Ireland. Star Wars, believe it or not, filmed in Ireland, some of it. Saving Private Ryan, filmed in Ireland. Well, the opening scenes of it were filmed in Ireland, and some of the town scenes, they built their own little town there in a set. So yeah, the filmmaking and documentary making and stuff like that is quite famous in Ireland. It's a big business. Reproductions was filmed in Ireland. Quiet Man with John Wayne, another famous one. That was filmed in Galway, which is about an hour away, 40 minutes away, hour away. But yeah, that's another famous one. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, the beach scene was filmed in Waterford of Seven Play Rain. I took your car and drove it into a big wall, and if you don't like it tough, I've had my fun, and that's all that matters. The other funny one was that in Father Ted, I don't know if any of you remember it, they had a car for a raffle. I think Dougal crashed it or did something with it, and they were there with a little hammer trying to beat out this tiny little dent in it. And it cuts to it, and then the next thing comes back, and the whole car is just destroyed in dents, which is funny. Can't stick around, but I wanted to poke my head in. Enjoy the live stream, chaps. Cheers, Simon. Rifleman Moore. If any of you don't know who Rifleman Moore is, lads, you're under a rock. Go check him out. Simon Moore is his name. Probably him. Military Collectibles are probably the two biggest collector, reenactor slash military historian person thingy on YouTube. So go check him out if you're already not. Subscribe to him. And actually, seeing as I'm promoting guys tonight, and you're in, there you go. Congratulations. You have now been promoted. So yeah, so go check out Rifleman Moore if you don't know who he is. Lads, I'm only going to stay online for another 15 minutes because my throat is absolutely killing me. Classic Irish actors: Liam Neeson, Pierce Brosnan, Gabriel Byrne, Richard Harris, Peter O'Toole. Shall I carry on? I could go all night with actors. Yeah, exactly. What was your man's name that used to do This Is Your Life? Oh God, he was a TV personality. He was Irish, from Limerick. He was not far down the road actually. Bloody hell, Aussie cricket, Sean Wayne has died of a suspected heart attack, age 52. Sorry, Stan, now I don't mean to be bad to the man or anything like that, but I have no idea who the hell he is because I don't follow cricket. Eamon Andrews, that's the chap. Eamon Andrews. Was it Eamon Andrews who was the Irish lad? I can't remember. Intermission was a great movie. Brown sauce in the tea. Yeah, Colin Farrell, another guy we forgot about, another famous Irish actor. Yeah, so there you go, another famous Irish actor. What was your man's name in 50 Shades of Grey? He's from Belfast. His father is actually famous. His father is a famous pediatric doctor in Belfast. So like people just randomly walking up to him going, "I know your father. He delivered my son or my whatever." Like, and he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, no problem." Married to Liz Hurley. Or boyfriend? No, I can't say. Can't say I do. Robert Shaw died in Ireland. Famous things have happened in Ireland, like Shakespeare, or not Shakespeare. Graham Stoker's Dracula was wrote in Ireland. Ulysses. W.B. Yeats. Famous Irish writers and stuff. Wilfred Bumbling, another good Irish actor. Yeah, you're right, actually. Good night. Hello. How are you? I'm sorry I can't pronounce that name. Ottawa. Mountbatten. Yes. Let's get there. Let's go to famous British generals. Mountbatten, Lord Wellington, Paddy Mayne. Who else? Lord Wellington was in Tipperary. Mountbatten was from. Was it Sligo? Paddy Mayne, Belfast, played rugby for Ireland as well, by the way. Stan, there's your little pub quiz one for you. Famous SAS, 2IC, Commander-in-Chief, second in command of the Chief, became Commander-in-Chief of the SAS when what's his name was captured and taken prisoner. My grandfather was Yeats' driver. Was Yeats' driver in the 20s. Oh, cool. The uniform behind you looks like a uniform of the Brazilian Jungle Warriors. That is British DPM. It's not Brazilian. It's British 68 pattern uniform and with a 58 pattern weapon. My favourite general was Rommel, the real soldier. I thought you'd have liked it. What was that famous Polish fella? In Operation Market Garden, the general that was very, very upset at how things went. Thought you'd be more of his type of guy. Oh, God, my mind is shattered lately. lads. I'm absolutely wrecked. So it's 10 to 9, the usual story. So what we'll do with 10 to 9 is you can throw more questions and bombard me with anything you want that I haven't answered over the course of the live stream. There will be 2 videos coming up, as I said. There will be one on Saturday, which is tomorrow, and there will be one on Sunday. People have been asking me to do the 84 pattern jacket. I will do it, but I can't guarantee it to be up this weekend. I can't guarantee it'll be up next weekend, but I will do it for you. I promise I will do it for you. This weekend we're doing a headdress and we're doing another item just to keep you interested. I presume that's him because I can't pronounce that name, but I presume that's him. Didn't he look to resign halfway through Market Garden because of he believed it was being so badly mishandled? But he didn't actually resign, if I remember correctly. All right, check out. 10 to 9, hanging your. 10 to 9, hanging your. No, I'm going to go have a shower. May have a bit to eat. I believe I've left over lasagna floating around the place somewhere, so I might have a bit of that. Might sit down and watch a bit of telly. And yeah, actually, is there any good free war movies on YouTube floating around at the minute, or Netflix, or any of those? Can anyone recommend something to watch? I'm no good with sports quizzes. I only played rugby for 31 years, never bothered with stats, etc. Here's Jacko. Here's Jacko. Alright, Jacko. He thought that the whole operation was a pilot, and he was correct. He was correct. It was mishandled. They were too eager to just jump into it, and unfortunately people got hurt. Why are people messaging me? Dave, you there? Dave there. He's there. I don't know why I just got a message off you, Dave, there now, Dave. So I don't know why that only came in now. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that's the crack. Yeah, I really don't know what was the driving force behind Market Garden. Okay, yeah, it was designed to cut the Rhine. It was designed to push forward and stuff like that. But I just don't understand when they didn't act on the intelligence. Like they had aerial pictures to say that there was Panzers and there was SS in the area, that there was refits going on. So I really don't know why they didn't act on the intelligence. Is that hat from Australian Army? It is. This is Australian Army. It is known as the Jelly Bean camouflage in collector circles. So yeah, it is. This is Australian. Watched half of the Storm Africa or Star of Africa from 1957 about Luftwaffe Ace. The fight scenes are good for the period. Might watch the rest tomorrow. Is that on YouTube, Stan, or is that on Netflix or something like that? So alright guys, it's 5 to 9, so if you want to spend the last 5 minutes thinking of an intelligent question to ask me before we bugger off, please let me know. And we will see you all. If not, we will see you all next week. Have any of you actually got any requests on videos? That's another thing. Yes, I knew she was. I must look that up, so. Have any of you got any requests on videos that you would like to see? From pieces of equipment that you see lying around the place. Now, I have done video on this camouflage. I've done it for East Timor loadout. And yes, there will be a Falklands impression coming up soon. It's just I'm not completely happy with it yet. One thing is people have asked me to do the paras. Now I can do it with a 68 jacket. They did have one, but the paras technically had a para smock, or windproofs. I have windproofs, but they're post Falklands. So I could do it with the 68. I do have 68 pattern pants. I'm just trying to find other little bits and pieces to try and put it all together to make it correct. Incident 557 is on YouTube in parts, but the whole lot is there worth a watch. Incident 597. It's about the troubles. Okay, I must look up that. Do you think Jacko should drink a litre of fuel? No, Jacko, don't eat it. Don't drink a litre of fuel, Jacko. Bad idea, Jacko. My Australian accent's crap. Irish Defence Forces and medical units. Yeah, I could do one on the Defence Forces. I'd like to see your Falklands kit. Falklands kit will be coming up soon. So yeah, military collectibles latest videos have got me wanting Soviet World War II medals. I've only got one at the minute. Yeah, he's done a fantastic series on him actually. I hope he keeps it up. Actually, he's very good. I did not kill Kenny this time. Almost have my Falklands kit finished. Just need boots. I have boots. I do have the boots here. I have the DMS boots. I am trying to look out for a pair of vintage private purchase hiking boots in my size because they did wear them as well. You do see that it's common practice during the 80s for soldiers to private purchase the boots just because the DMS ankle boots were so bad on the ground, and I suppose technical advances in boots and stuff like that have drastically improved with Gore-Tex and these different materials that people were using now, or manufacturers were using now for boots. So there we go. So alright guys, it's 9 o'clock. So as I said, need to get a smock, have everything else Falklands. 68 pattern Kenny, I suppose, will probably be your basic bog standard one. It will do you for the Marines. It will do you for the paras. You do see them wearing it as well, but they had their own para type smock. Lightweights as well, if you've come across them. Do you have a source for Medics Geneva Cross? Geneva Cross impression? Insignia? Do you have a source for Medics Geneva Cross insignia? I'm not sure which time frame you're talking about there, sorry. Really enjoyed the chat as always. Thanks for promotion. No problem, lads. Gary Hall there. He runs Operation Banner Veterans Museum in Armagh. He has a Facebook page. I don't think you have a YouTube page, but he has a Facebook page anyway. Go check him out. If any of you are in the area, go see it. It's well worth it. You will. It's totally voluntary. He doesn't make a penny out of it, so go check him out. He relies completely on donations. Have you got Irish DPM? I do have that Irish DPM. I could do a video on Irish DPM if people want me to do an Irish video on DPM. I have my old kit that I still have. Cheers, ears, very best wishes to all, and it's good night from me and good night from Jim. It's a good night from Jacko. Good night, Jacko. Bye, Jacko. See you later, Jacko. Still in use. There are two sizes pockets. Unusual size pocket. Unusual size. I'm still lost to what you're talking about. Drop me an email if at the top of my videos there's an email. you can drop me an email there, and I'll answer your question. So everyone, have a good night, and I'll see you all next week. Can you show the Irish DPM? I can't show the Irish DPM because it's in storage up there at the minute, but I will do it. Geneva Cross. I'll just quickly while I'm here, because I do have something, well, I did have. Is this what you're talking about? This cross that the medics wore on their sleeve? So I do have different samples of those. Some are printed on and some are stitched on. That one's stitched on. This one is printed on. Where can you get them? Any surplus, military surplus shop? Any reenactment store, I suppose, as well has them. See you, Jacko. No drinking petrol, Jacko. Near chat, you have no, the insignia itself. You mean the ones that were on the collars? I'm not. You'll have to give me an email, and we'll try and figure it out and talk to you later. Right. Let's see. The feminine Leitrim. Oh, best of luck with that one, Patrick. Right, guys. See you all, and I'll see you all next Friday. Have a good one.